So bro, back again with another video. So today we're gonna be talking about how I stay. Oh yo, wrong angle. Sorry, bro. If you're anything like me, you probably would rather not take the trip to the gym. You might have been to the gym and you've seen how busy it is. You have to wait for the machines and working with people, which isn't a bad thing. Sometimes you're just like out of time. You need to work out at home. You need a way to hit some good workouts at home so you can still continue to make gains without having to go to the gym. Or you're in this period of your life where you just simply don't have enough time to go to the gym and you need to keep making gains at home. Or you've come onto this video and you can't afford a gym membership, or you're young and you just would rather not spend that money, or you're just too lazy and you'd rather just work at home. Whatever it is, I got you, man. Now the routine I'm going to show you, it does have equipment. For a while I didn't even use that much equipment, so for each exercise I can tell you some alternatives that I used to use before I even had anything. So the equipment that I have is dip bars, some dumbbells, what's called an expander, and gymnastic rings. So the workout I do is upper lower. So upper lower, Monday, Tuesday, upper lower, Wednesday rest, Thursday, Friday, upper lower. The weekend is fully off.
For warming up, I like to do external rotations to warm up the rotator cuffs. So I'd either do that with dumbbells, resistance bands if you have them, or if not, you can use a book like this. I also like to do assisted dips, so I'd either do that on two chairs, between two chairs like so, or do them with the rings but just lower down. For pull-ups, make sure to do rows first instead of pull-ups as your first exercise, as rows is an easier version, both as a normal exercise and as a warm-up for the much harder pull-ups. Now, if you cannot do dips or pull-ups, for dips, you can do the assisted dips. For the pull-ups, you can do rows underneath the table and negative pull-ups. If you have resistance bands, that will also be quite useful, as you can use it to do the full reps with assistance. If not, it's fine. Personally, I never used them, and I was able to get to my first 5 pull-ups without ever using them. Oh no, I was able to get to my first 17 pull-ups without even using them. I'll also throw my arms back and forth, do some shoulder circles, arm circles, elbow circles, and then I'll do some kicks for the lower body. When it's a lower body workout, I'll throw the legs forwards and back, and then I'll throw them side to side, and then I'll move on to the exercises.
First exercise is deficit reverse grip push-ups. Slow down the eccentric, maybe pause for a second at the bottom and explode up. Deficit reverse grip push-up, I superset this with underhand rows on the dip bars. Reason being, underhand rows hits the biceps more. I want to be focusing on making my biceps even bigger, even though they're already pretty massive. Okay. And that you can do normal rows underneath a table. You don't need any dip bars. No excuses, bro. No excuses. So I superset those for 2 sets. The reason being we only do 2 sets for every single exercise is because when you first start out or you haven't trained in a while, 2 sets is plenty, especially if you're going down slowly and you're pausing in the stretch position. That's already going to make you sore if you are training close to failure. If you aren't sore, you trained close to failure, you did good form, then add another set for that muscle that isn't sore. The next, I superset normal pull-ups, which I do this very creative thing. I don't know if anyone's done this, where I have 2 chairs and I elevate one of the dip bars on 2 chairs. So that way I can fully stretch out depending on how high your chairs are. You can still get quite a good stretch. And then I have my knees up so that I can get a full stretch at the bottom for a pull-up. Right? So I do those pull-ups and I superset it with pike push-ups, which is the equivalent of an overhead press with weights. So I do those, again, 2 sets for both these exercises. And if you are sore, then you don't need to add another set. Or in the next workout, I will swap out the pike push-up for a ring pike push-up, let's say, or a dip. Dips can be done anywhere. You can do it on your bench. You can do it with 2 chairs. You can do it at the park. No excuses for dips or pull-ups, bro. For the upper body, bro, there's no excuses to be jacked if you want to be jacked and you can't go to the gym. You can be jacked with literally just dips and pull-ups and push-ups and rows underneath the table. For the upper body, there is no excuse. Now for these pull-ups, you can do this if you have dip bars. If not, go to the park and there are bars everywhere. There is no excuses to not be hitting any pull-ups. Pike push-up, deficit pike push-up, you can do it anywhere. You just find a platform, as I've shown in the video. You can do the deficit reverse grip push-up on books. Probably the push-up bars if you have them, but you don't need them, honestly. The reason we do reverse grip is because it's shown in scientific studies to activate the upper chest fibers more. Now we move on to the isolations to round off our physique. So you can do lateral raises and you don't need dumbbells. I have dumbbells in the example, but you could literally just put books inside a bag and do lateral raises with that. That's probably going to be enough weight. Or you can do the expander if you have an expander, which hits the rear delts and the lateral delts. What you can do is, this is so specific, library memberships are free, right? So you can go to the library and you can check out the heaviest books, get them out, put them in the bag, and it's going to be heavy enough. Or if you've just started working out, you might already have enough heavy books in your house, and that's going to be enough for bicep curls, bro. Or if you have gymnastic rings, you can hang them at the park and you can do bicep curls like so. Or on the dip bars, you can do them. It's a bit worse, but it still kind of works. You can do bicep curls like that. The backpack or the gymnastic rings are probably preferred. If you have dumbbells, obviously you can use dumbbells. Tricep extensions. Now you can do tricep extensions anywhere, bro. You can do them on your couch, you can do them on your bed, you can do them on the rings, or you can do them with dumbbells. I like to do French press like this. If you don't like that, I like that because it emphasizes the stretch position here with the dumbbell. Or if you want to, you can do extensions lying across your table. And then for the second upper body workout of the week, I rotate exercises. So let's say I'll give you a quick list for deficit reverse grip push-up. You can swap it out for normal reverse grip push-ups without the deficit. You can swap it out for normal push-ups with the deficit with books or push-up bars. You can replace it with decline push-ups, which also is shown to activate the upper chest. You can replace underhand rows with normal rows. You can replace it with neutral grip rows. There's a lot of things that you can swap it out for. Pike push-up, you can go on the rings. And if the pike push-up gets too easy, you can get 2 chairs, kick yourself up against the wall, and pike push-ups like that, which is pretty difficult. I'll be surprised if anyone's up to that. But the 2 upper body workouts will be different both days of the week.
As to avoid overuse injury.
Bro, if you can do that, you're strong as hell, bro. Overuse injury, which is when you continue to use the muscle in the same plane of motion, which means your joints are going to be working in the same motion. Your joints over time can get overused, which we don't want. Now, for the leg workout, this is a bit harder, I'm not going to lie. The first one is couch hamstring curls. I don't know what the real name for it is, so someone else can correct me in the comments. If you can do those for reps, bro, if you can do that for reps, it'll be pretty hard to not have some decent meat on the back of your hamstring, I'm not gonna lie. I can't even do full reps, so if anyone's been training at home for long enough and who's hit that, please report back if you have massive hamstrings, because I'd be surprised if you didn't. Next we have sissy squats. Yeah, I know these apparently bash up your knees. If you warm up properly, like you use assistance and then you do them, you warm up properly, it's not going to bash up your knees. Next, after that, because our quads are already like pre-fatigued, we can do Bulgarian split squats. Without any weight would even work. Without any weight, because of how fried our quads have been from the sissy squats. So we can hit those Bulgarian split squats and your quads will get fried. Now, of course, if you have dumbbells, you can use dumbbells as well. Now, again, we come back to the couch. Now we can do an easier version of these hamstring curls. Instead of doing negatives or the full reps, if you can do them for some reason, we can do this easier version. I don't know what it's called, bro. Sorry, bro. Now, in terms of reps, like I explained the sets, we all do 2 sets for each and every one. But if you don't get sore, then you can add a set to that muscle. In terms of reps, anywhere between 5 and 35 reps is shown in the scientific literature to build equal amounts of muscle pretty much, if you're training close to failure. For me, I like the 8 to 20 range. So for the compounds, the big movements like the pull-ups, the dips and push-ups, I like to do anywhere between 8 and 15 reps. Anywhere below 8, I just don't really feel the muscle working as much. Anywhere above 15, I get out of breath. I don't know if that's a problem. But and then for the isolations, anywhere between 12 and 20, get a nice mind muscle connection. You get a nice pump. Anywhere below, you can do it, but I just don't really feel much for it, honestly. So now I'm not gonna lie, with the legs, I actually do go to the gym because it's preferred. Like you can still not gonna lie, you can still get nice legs with this workout. You still can. But after a while, you're gonna start, honestly, bro, it's just gonna be easier to hit the gym. But even if you just want to like get jacked and you just want a nice upper body, honestly, like I didn't even hit legs in the beginning. People are gonna troll you for it, but if truly that like you don't really care about legs, you don't need to hit it. And for calves, honestly, I don't really know. You can do single leg calf raises, but I'm not really sure it's gonna do much. So form. How should you perform these exercises? A lot of guys I've seen perform exercises wrong. Pretty much everyone has the goal of looking good, of getting an aesthetic physique or something, whatever the words are. But they perform the exercise in a way that doesn't represent that. So they perform, for example, push-ups, right? In a way where it's like super fast, no tempo, no control on the eccentric, which is the lowering phase. That's just simply not going to be, it's not going to be as optimal for gains. You're still going to make gains, but it's not going to be as good. What we want to do is we want to do each and every exercise in a way where we slow down as we go to the bottom, maybe even pause for a couple seconds in the most stretched position, which is the most hypertrophic position. So that in the pull-up, that's going to be at the bottom when you're fully stretched out, and in the push-up, that's going to be at that part at the bottom where your chest is fully stretched out, or in the dip where your chest is all the way at the bottom, just touching the bottom. So we want to perform the exercises when we slow down that lowering phase, maybe even pause at the bottom for a second or two and explode up. Now, how hard should you train? So there's this thing going around that you have to train super hard and that you have to like be screaming your head off to make gains, and basically that you should just like kill your muscles every single set. This is simply not true. If you tried to do that, your form would be garbage on the last couple reps. What I want you to do is, of course, get your form right, but train as hard as your form allows you. This is called technical failure, which means you fail when you cannot keep good form. That is how hard you should train. Now, obviously, you want to be getting enough protein, getting at least 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully this workout serves you well, and I will see you again, bro.